with rock and red
Welcome to live chat room. I don't want
on
that.
top. I'm liking it.
I want that off.
I always have pretty much kind of put something on, but I haven't really, I don't know that I've worn it by myself at all. Because it's.
How can I get that
lips
away?
create some moisture.
My one person,
I saw you order it, didn't like it.
my one person was asking about the test, if they, do your lips feel like they are getting dried out from them?
Hey. No, it's just my lips feel dry in general, but I will tell you that if you put it on when it's dry, like my Silver Moon lip gloss doesn't come off on that. But if you lick your lips, or your lips are wet, then you can sometimes have some transfer happen, but it's just a little bit. So, try not to lick your lips when you're wearing it.
I'm leaving in about 10 minutes at the board meeting at
So,
2. Thank you
lip
so
stain?
much.
No, licking your lips.
Oh, licking your lips, you're right, you're right.
So, for me though, it's not staying put as nicely. I do have some lip gloss on now, because I feel like my lips are dry.
okay.
I had the lip stain on, I had the magenta on also, that's the color you had on. And I put, when I got here then, I put some Sun Blossom lip gloss over the top of it. So, I'm trying to figure it out. But mine, like, you can see, I can get it off on my fingers. I was showing Krista, I'm like, look, I could put this on 45 minutes ago.
Yeah, I don't get that.
And
Can't quite
you
figure
didn't
that
put
out.
anything over the top of it?
I did, then after I was showing her that, then I was like, I'm gonna put some lip gloss
Like,
on.
why is this
'cause-
coming off?
Yeah, so,
Cause I put it on the
am-
back of my hand and totally rubbed on it and it didn't get
Well,
off.
yeah, I can't get it off on my hands,
The
but
3
on
stripes.
my lips. And the other day I wore the Flora and I ate lunch and I had to reapply. I mean, you could see that I had it on, but it didn't, I needed to reapply. So I know I am unique. That is, we already know that, like, that's not a secret. Like, I can't wear fingernail, I mean, I can't, like, the oils or something in my pH, I can't,
Yeah, I was
You know,
gonna say
there's-
that might be part of it.
things
Just
that,
depends on our makeup of our body that,
uh-huh. You know, I got the ones from Mexico that we got from those Mexico directors last spring when I was with them. And they weren't supposed to come off either, but I could always, like, they wore really well, like, I didn't have to reapply those. But if I touched my lips, I would have, so it was weird that it would stay on, but I would have it on my cup and I'd have it on my fingers. Anyway, so, but I do like the colors and I do like, I mean, they don't bleed, so. I haven't worn the coral yet. Have you worn the coral?
I haven't. Every day I think I'm going to, then I wear something that I don't think the coral will look very good with, so then I'm like, that's so crazy, cause I have a lot of things, but,
Yeah.
cause that's one of my favorite colors.
Right, I'm kind of surprised you haven't worn that yet.
Yeah, I'll try it tomorrow.
Be good. So, let's do some celebrating. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Valentine's Day, someone else is coming in here, yeah? Like it's a holiday week. Hey, Abby! Wasn't sure if you were gonna be here tonight.
Huh?
Wasn't sure if you were coming tonight.
Yeah, I didn't let you know.
It's okay, you don't have to let me know.
We're just glad you're here.
Yeah, great. So, we've had lots of fun things happening, and don't you think the decorations are cute?
Yes.
Like, that's Krista.
Yay,
Krista! My God, how cute this is. She did all of that, so,
I just,
sure.
I like to do that.
yeah. So, and I thought, before we got started, like, all I can see
Yes.
is what?
Red.
Red.
Right?
Red.
Like red, like destination red, red jackets, red hearts, red hot, whatever. Hey Debbie, come on in, like red, 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 red,
I'm gonna
red, red, red.
I read that.
Like
Red.
red,
Little red.
little red.
Red.
So I called Krista, I said, hey, you got anything, you got a red jacket, like, let's wear red tonight, because that's like, all I could think about was red. So, here we are.
I got something.
Here we are
I
in
didn't
red.
take it out soon enough to iron it.
This was actually the red
Don't
jacket.
judge. I thought it was.
It's not, it was the time before, and then when they closed them out, you could get them super cheap. So like, I think I got it for less than $25 or something,
That's awesome.
Love that.
so,
That's my favorite.
Mhm.
this one,
Mine,
I
yeah.
know, I wish they would've kept
Agreed.
it.
I
It's a
think
great
that's
one.
the one.
Yeah,
The
it
one you
is.
have? Yeah, it's a great,
That's the one I want.
I like that one.
great classic jacket. That's what I thought, I will always need a red jacket, like,
Yeah.
you can always wear red, right? Yeah.
Yes,
Obviously in
exactly,
Nebraska,
right?
right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of like a power color anyway, it's kind of like, I've always
Yeah.
liked that. And so since, you know, we like our claim and our power,
Everything's
we
just-
talked about that last week, right? Standing in our victory pose, claiming our power,
Sloppy road.
breathing it in, right? Okay, so who's celebrating? Let's celebrate. The party started. Yeah, you are.
On Friday.
On Friday, oh yes, happy birthday. It's a month full of birthdays, right?
Yeah.
Wanda was the
Yeah, that's
third.
right. Yeah.
And
And yours?
Thursday. Your Friday. Yeah, another one. They keep going faster and faster.
Yeah,
They get
they
here
do.
We
faster
have a
and
lot in our
faster.
unit. We had the 3rd, the 4th,
Jay.
the 11th, the 12th.
Melissa
It was
Donahoe's
January,
is,
we're January. or
yeah,
just-
Melissa Donahoe's the 17th.
No, I'm a Capricorn.
Someone's the 10th. Maybe Michelle, someone in our group's the 10th. Yeah, so,
Yeah, your Lenny's is today.
oh yeah, you're Lenny. So you're doing anything fun for your birthday?
I think Friday night, my friends and I are gonna go out to eat. There's a place, an Italian place in Omaha called Malera's. Has anyone heard of it? I think it's close to downtown, really good Italian place apparently. 'Cause that's my favorite. And then, Saturday night, my family, cause we're celebrating my mom's birthday too, we're gonna go to Rodizio's down here.
I love Rodizio.
Yeah.
Here in
Well, for-
Lincoln.
Yeah, and for your birthday, it's, like buy one, get one, like, so you buy a full meal, you get yours
Ah.
for free.
Wow.
And for a place like that, like, I
Yeah.
feel like that's a pretty good deal.
It is
So
a
that's
good
what-
deal. It's like
Is that
they're
where
that
you're going
person.
for a Troy?
I know, you didn't know that, baby, I have to tell him.
Troy's
Yeah.
birthday.
And you get free
is
drink
Saturday.
every time you sign up too.
You
so.
have to do it on your birthday?
It's like 14 days within your birthday.
Oh, well then maybe I might have to do
Yeah.
it. I'm not
Yeah,
going,
you still can.
I'm not going on Valentine's Day.
Well, yeah, you have to go next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can definitely still sign up.
Right.
Who's that
You
place
gotta sign
called? Is it
up,
here in
like you
Lincoln?
gotta put in a
Yeah,
reservation.
at Rodizio's
Oh,
Brazilian.
yeah.
You gotta
Mhm.
sign up for it, like,
Yeah, it's just, and they really don't send you that many emails. It's
Uh-huh.
like whenever they're running promotions, which is
Uh.
just like once every couple months.
Right.
So it's not, they don't flood your emails. It's nice.
when's your
good.
mom's birthday?
On Thursday. She's the same as yours.
Oh, she has the same birthday as me.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Isn't that so cool? That's so cool. I forgot that. You told me that. Fun. Yeah, so she's just as much of a sweetheart as me.
That's right. Well, you know your birthday.
You know what, I might be working, like, Melissa Donahoe is gonna be in town for Mullen, and she's coming in for a conference for school, and, she's a teacher, not for school, but a conference, some, continuing ed or something. And so she was maybe wanting to do some appointments, so I said, you know, we don't go out for my birthday, Clay usually cooks something great, and he's actually gonna work overtime on Friday, so he'll go to bed early anyway. So if I can help and work, and I'm gonna do that. This will be fun. So, Amy Kitchell's doing a meeting Thursday night. So I texted Melissa that today, and she said that might be great. So I don't know if we'll plug into that or if I'll go meet up with some of the gals that she's gonna be with. So we'll see. But usually I don't get a lot of work done on my birthday, and, you know, people calling and Facebook, and seems like there's always something. I'm gonna have lunch with Amy Kitchell tomorrow, so, for my birthday. Yeah,
Sounds fun.
Awesome.
it'll be good. It's great. It's, yeah, just, you know, happy I'm healthy and alive, and
Yes.
another year. It's kinda like, okay, what happens now? Like, what?
Don't ask that question.
No, I mean
Exactly.
like bodily, like, well, I know. Don't ask for it. Just be like, wow,
this
you
is
know, it
the
always
first time in a long
something.
time something didn't change.
Right, there's always something. Every year it's like, oh, like, you know.
There's a new line.
know her, right, 49, I need the glasses. No, well, that was hot flashes, I don't know. Something. It's really great, Abby, it's really great. Yeah.
So much to look forward to.
Anyway, so who else is celebrating? What else is going on?
You were gonna say something.
I had a party last night.
Get a party! Woo! Party girl!
$200 day today.
All right!
I'm a repair customer.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is
That's
awesome.
fun. That feels like, yes,
Yes.
right? And she's gonna love it.
Yeah.
So, all right, now no one else
Yeah.
wants to go right now.
Especially when it was a total God wink, how it all happened.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm super excited. I got out and sold some product to men. That was new for me to do, and went to a couple different places and brought my little treats in, and actually people bought. So, and
Of
there
course
were,
they
I
did.
know there was a lot of men, but there was also probably as much women
Uh-huh.
that bought as men, and it was a Valentine's for myself.
Right.
So that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed
Fun.
that immensely. So yeah,
Doing the Valentine's. Day.
Yeah,
Hey,
all
I
wrapped
didn't-
up and got
we were talking. Okay, who else? Anybody else? Debbie, it's great to see you here tonight. Yes,
Great
that's
to
good
see
news
you.
in and of itself. You're here.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to share? No? No? Okay. Well, I think we're kind of talking about the new products in that already. Is there anything else we need to cover with that kind of stuff? We should do some.
I don't know, I don't think so, we can certainly, if those of you that didn't get to see it last week, wanna look at it, we can look at it, check it all out. It's fun to play. In the shades, for sure, you know.
Yeah, and we're both wearing magenta.
Yeah, magenta mirage, is that what it is?
I don't know. I just thought it was magenta.
So how is it different than regular lipstick? Cause I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It is, it's good to hear it again, it's like, it's lip tint, it's water-based, and it is literally like a marker.
Do you have to feel like you
That's
have
what I
to
was
like
wondering
turn it up
how
and down
long
to
it's
get it
been
on?
Huh.
I did that
Maybe
last week.
I know they had some troubles with this one.
Well, I've used both of them now. I'm like, so
This
I'll be
one I
like,
didn't feel like, you know, I did try it on, but I didn't go anywhere, I didn't wear it out and take a picture, nothing. But I had stuff on my lips when I put it
Oh.
on.
well, when I like am coloring it on, then it feels like it dries out like a marker. And then I
Oh.
gotta like
I don't feel like I did it,
tip it a
I
little
turned it
more.
to its side.
Okay.
You can try
I'm
it on your
ha-
hands.
I
it lasts.
apparently am
longer?
having issues.
So how, I know it
I see, I
obviously.
did this like, I don't know, when I drew that on my hand, this morning at 9:30.
Really?
And I washed my hands multiple times and it has not come off.
See,
And it was
last
darker than
week-
that, but.
The 3 stripes that I put on my hand, I went home and I showered the next morning. And I think it might have been Thursday, possibly Friday, but I still had one of the marks, but not
It was
real
lighter.
dark.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it took it a while, it was just fading away,
Mm-hmm.
cause I didn't try to just
Yeah.
try to rub it off.
I had on my hands too. Actually, the first day it was so vibrant. He's like, "What did you do to your hand?" He thought I cut it.
Oh, cute.
I said,
That's
"Oh,
funny.
it's makeup."
Oh, I'm supposed to pass these out. My dad sent one for everyone tonight. I think I got
Oh,
enough.
that's nice.
It's like, take a handful.
Thank you. When did you see him?
This afternoon I dropped off some balloons for them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, good, one for me.
Yeah, I had one in there.
Nice.
It's the fancy kind.
They're, I'm gonna eat it right now. They're the, raspberry vanilla, like, right?
Something. I think vanilla, no, is it raspberry or strawberry?
Oh, maybe,
I think it's strawberry.
strawberry vanilla.
White chocolate.
Strawberry.
I don't like raspberry, so it's strawberry.
While you're having your little treat too, we had Martha Rojas's mom passed away, so I have a card if y'all wanna sign it. I am gonna do a group memorial, if anybody feels like they wanna contribute something, I will take care of that. If you're doing something on your own, you know, my unit, that's fine too. So, pass that around. Cause nobody can love on, you know, our Mary Kay Love is one of the great things about our business is that our heart goes out and we make sure people know, and it's, as hard as it is, we keep that awkwardness to a minimum, I think, you know, we're in jobs that I've had and that, sometimes they don't even acknowledge it. very well, because they don't know what to say or whatever, so I think it's important to make sure she knows that we care.
Well, I just really believe that's one of the things, our culture that makes us who we are, is that love and support, and that sisterhood is really what it is. So, we laugh together, we cry together, we celebrate together, we
Yes.
commiserate together.
We stop each other from that, because there's no room for excuses, right? Suck it up, girlfriend, put your big girl pants on and, you know. No.
I was thinking the changes that you go through in life, we like talk about,
Yes,
yeah, can you
right,
imagine?
I know.
Not like, oh, woe is me, like, we
Yeah.
got an opportunity, we have an amazing
We do.
playground that we can go and we can share and have all of that support and that comes with it,
Yeah.
you know?
And for our newbies that maybe don't know it, Martha's in Kearney, so, that's why she's not usually here, so.
I think Kyla was saying that hopefully like the Carney unit was gonna get regular meetings going again or something.
I know Buffy's putting some things in place for that, they had one on Thursday, and I think they're gonna have, I think she's gonna do it every other week. And actually Alyssa Martin's gonna do some stuff in Hastings, which would be good too, so I don't know if we got anybody out that way, but that's really great for Kyla. Cause she's right there, so.
Yeah.
So can we like switch gears and talk about what you guys, unless you had more questions on the new products? Any other questions? Those of you that listened to Stacy today, would you share something that you took away? Do we need to have you come up front and do it, or you?
I think so.
I just
I
have
don't care.
one small quote.
Okay, all right.
This is what I got from it. Do not make decisions to protect your feelings. Make decisions to protect your future. That was the one big thing that jumped out.
Don't make decisions to protect your feelings, make them to protect your future. Your feelings don't get to vote, in other words.
Right.
Nice. I didn't get to watch it, I wasn't on there, I was doing something at that time.
Over lunchtime.
Oh, yeah. I was, I made a couple of drop-offs, because Nolan gets out of school at 12:40 on Tuesdays, so
Goodness.
early. All right, so what'd you get, Teresa, or Therese? Teresa's over here, I'll come to her next. Therese, I was looking at you and it said Teresa.
That's all right. You have, I get it all on. One thing she said, kind of with what, now I'm gonna call you Martha.
We were talking about her, you know.
But, life doesn't get better unless it changes. You can't stay where you are
That was powerful.
and get better.
Was that at the very end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said, choose to be the strong one, choose the place to stand strong, push everything bad aside and get back on it, set your mind on it. She's kept, you know, I think she knows people get in, well, everybody gets in a bad place every so often.
Well, I think it's natural to be negative.
Sure.
Right? I mean, I think that our brains are kind of wired a little bit that way.
Fallen.
I don't know
It's
why.
easier- It's literally
Right.
easier to be negative than it is to be happy.
Right. So those kinds of things. Say the thing that you first said in order to, with change, what did you say?
Life doesn't get better unless it changes.
Life doesn't get better unless it changes.
That really hit me.
Yeah. Okay. I had some thoughts with that, but
And then she said something from Star Trek. She said, make it so. So I wrote that down.
make it so.
Yeah.
Is that, I never
Whatever
watched Star
moves
Trek.
you, right?
Well, that's what
Yeah.
Sean Card always said,
Make it so.
make it so.
I like that, make it so.
I do too.
All right, who else? You were on it, Teresa?
I was on it, but there was something I was thinking that she had said something about the goals and staying focused on your goals, you know, to get them out there and just get focused and go after it.
Follow one course
Probably
until
true.
successful? Yeah? Focus. on what it is. So did she talk about going to her house?
Mhm.
She talked about that at the
Mhm.
promotion, that how you get to go to her house by being on target, the halfway point of the Destination Red. And is that by March 30th?
You know,
Do you
she
have to
didn't give that date.
have
She
that
said
done?
when it was, but she didn't give the date. She had
Oh,
the
well.
flyer.
She's
When-
got a flyer.
When you have to have that halfway point done? I think, for some reason, I'm thinking March 30th, but so that you're at least 1,800, you have at
Mhm.
least 3 people and you have one. I think you only have to have one qualified
Mhm.
red jacket done, like you have.
Yeah, she didn't say that today, but
I'll
I
pull
know
it.
that's what I read.
So that you're kind of halfway, and then you can go and spend the weekend at her house. Which is a really great thing to do, right? Those of you that have done it.
Very.
Yep.
Even if you're thinking, I'm a little nervous to do
You
that.
don't always get the love personally
Yeah.
from her, so when you can earn it,
Mhm.
go for it.
Yep, be in her space, be in her home.
Right.
Yeah. Can't find it?
No.
I have it on my phone, but we can't look
I-
at my phone right now. So we'll figure that out. It's all
I
right.
have-
We
I
just
know I
took the
do
date.
find it.
We wanna do
Just-
it as fast as we can anyway, so.
Just a matter of which group to look in. I know it's
Yeah.
out there.
So,
Yeah, it's 3 personal qualified team members by March 30th.
okay. And
and
1,800.
1 new red jacket and
Okay.
1,800.
Yeah, I thought that's what it
I
was.
put
I
it
just
in
was
my
wondering what the
newsletter, but I
date,
haven't posted it yet.
what the date was. Did you get my newsletter today? I didn't think it went out. It's done. She was supposed to send it out
Where'd you find it at?
today.
James Area Rockstars.
So,
Oh, that's the group that's
that will
not
be
coming up
coming.
for me yet. I
It
haven't
didn't
talked to
come
her
out
about it.
today. I'm sure she'll do it tomorrow when I email her and say, hey, I
I'll
don't think
just
that went
text
out
it to
today.
you.
That'd be great. Okay, so I was gonna say something and now I forgot. What could it have been? Something, oh, 6 people have already earned the trip. You saw that,
Yes.
right? In
Yes.
January, 6 people have done it. And so we know that that's gonna, like, that number's gonna multiply this month and continue to grow. And you know, someone's gonna come in on June 1st and they're gonna earn that trip in 30 days.
Right.
Right, you know that, how that is. So we just really need to like take that on and really, even if you're thinking in your mind, you don't have to say if you're doing this. But even if you're thinking, I don't even know if I wanna go on a boat, earn the trip anyway. There is a cash out, like you can get it cashed out. And
There is?
there's cash, yeah, you can take.
There's always other options.
Yeah,
when
you
they
can
do
take some
things.
cash. So if that part of you, but you might decide as you get done, like, I wanna go, like, all my girlfriends are gonna be going. So you might as well like throw your heart over the bar and just run for it.
Right.
The worst thing that can happen, because you don't do it, but you don't wanna live in regret and get to there and think, I didn't even try. Like, oh, shoot, maybe I should've saw a few faces. Yeah.
And don't procrastinate until the end and then get on that roll and the momentum's going. And then if you just needed another week,
Yeah.
you know,
Right,
kind
I
of
think the other
feeling.
thing is to say, even though we know someone's gonna come in on June 1st and earn it by June 30th, we don't wanna wait till June 1st and earn it on June 30th,
No,
because someone else is gonna do it. Let's
Right.
do it now.
It's
Get
just,
it done, get it.
Wouldn't it be
over.
great? Like, I'm telling myself this too, cause I only have production stuff towards it. I don't have any new team members yet towards it. But, yeah,
Mhm.
smart thing to do to earn it. It'd be really smart if we were one of the first 500, so we could have a balcony.
Yes.
Right.
And when that starts hitting and you start seeing that,
We're gonna
it's
go
just like, let it be your name, let it be. We should sing that song, let it be.
But as long as we're on
Let
the
it
boat,
be.
yeah, as long as we're on the boat, it's good, right?
Yeah, yeah.
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 So, anyway, that was just my one piece to think.
Now you
say.
have that song in your head, sorry.
I know, but that's a
But
okay
that's a good song,
to
you
have.
can tell yourself, let it
Like,
be.
let it be me, let it be me, like, you gotta sing it out, like, let it be me.
Yeah.
And like, don't just sing.
Yeah, yeah, just
The-
not to let it be, like,
Right.
let it go.
Right. And we're not singing Let It Go, that's,
No.
that's a whole different song,
Right?
right?
Show tune hour with Melinda and Krista.
That's a good one. We could do Come Alive.
Yeah.
Kamala, you know, the greatest showman,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
we wanted to show you, we could do it, I can do that. This is me, yeah. All right, so, let's celebrate if
Yeah.
we know some people open their stores, so we wanna applaud, we wanna probably have
Yes,
some
we
queens in the
do.
room, right? So, how about, you wanna do that?
I do wanna do that. All right, so who made any contacts last week? Any outreaches? Stand up if you talked to anybody about Mary Kay. All
Oh, I
right.
did that, hold on,
Yeah. You can talk to them via text,
I
you
didn't
can
do
talk
that
to them
either.
face to face, Facebook, email, phone, okay? Stay standing if you had 5 or more.
Abby, Teresa, woo-hoo!
Yeah. 10, 15, 20, 60. 60?
No.
Yeah, like.
I had 30.
She did one time last time we.
Yes.
30, awesome. Yay, Teresa. Okay,
Oh, I was thinking outreaches.
outreach, I kind of did both together.
No, that's a difference.
It's all good.
I know, sorry, Wanda. I did
hear
say
properly.
contacts, and then I was like, well, we usually do outreaches first and then contacts,
Yeah,
and
it's
so.
all good.
Anybody dying to tell me, cause I don't wanna take anybody's little moment of sunshine, you know, to get your glory, cause if you're doing it, you know, then you gotta have recognition, right? Alright, so, did anybody see any faces this last week? Stand up if you saw any faces. Okay, stay standing if you had 3. 5. Did you have 4? Or 3?
Three.
1 had 4, okay.
Wait, no wonder. Queen of faces this week. Woo-hoo.
All right. Did anybody share the marketing plan with anybody last week? Opportunity, okay. You had one?
I know Jackie did too, so that
Awesome. All right. Awesome. All right. Then, did anybody open their stores and sell any product? Stand up.
Abby, you kind of did a share, because you met with Sarah, so
Yeah.
that's kind of a
Yeah, we
continuation, so I would, yeah.
Yeah, I thought about it, but then, yeah.
All right, so stay standing if you had $100 or more. 150, 200, 250, 300. Okay. So what did you have? I know you had to be
252.
250.
Star Week.
Is it, yeah,
Yes.
232,
More than-
232 crews, so over and done. Awesome. Very fun. And the new repair reorders are awesome. They are. It's like,
I
even the
delivered-
cleanser, $28, you got $14 in your pocket.
I delivered it at noon, and I wrote on each of the bottles what all the steps were, and when she should use it. And she's already called me twice since she got home.
Oh.
She's trying to use it and trying to figure it all out.
Oh, bless their
Must
heart.
have threw the boxes away.
No, she has it all, but,
Yeah.
Does she have the brochure?
yep,
Yeah.
She just wants to talk to you,
yeah, that too.
Yeah.
wanted to catch up on that customer service.
Yeah.
That's a good
I
thing.
think, you know, that they need to know the story because they need to know that, do you wanna share it? How to make lemonade out of lemons.
Yeah.
Last-
Oh, my story?
Yeah. We, you know,
Yeah.
I
So-
can go lead up to where you get to there, but,
So I had one guest scheduled, and I had reached out to her and said, if you bring a couple friends, you know, have 3, I'll give you a mascara. And so, then I reached out to Melissa and said, hey, I'm coming to your Monday night meeting, and she said, oh, I'm not doing Mondays anymore, I'm doing Wednesdays. She said, but Kimberly's still doing Mondays. Do you want me to let her know, because, and I said, yeah, that's great, because I don't have her contact information, so please let her know. So then yesterday, because the wonderful weather, I messaged my guest and I said, hey, just want you to know I have Tuesday and Wednesday night open too, just in case, you know, the weather gets crummy or whatever. And she goes, well, I have 2 coming with me, and so I think we're still planning on coming. I'm like, oh, okay, great. So I drove down here at 6 o'clock so I'd be set up by 6:30, and it was dark. And I was like, oh, that's weird. So I thought, that's okay, Kimberly probably just comes on time. And so then it was about 6:15 and still nothing. So then I was like, all right, I need to come up with the alternate plan. So I'm like racking my brain trying to think what's around here. And I'm texting Krista, is Kimberly usually just on time or early or what?
I'm like, I don't
Krista's
know.
not responding to me. I'm like,
I was
so
pressing Rice Krispie treats, I think, and I had just, like, my hands were in it, so I couldn't.
so then it was like 6:28.
Yeah.
And my friend, my guest had already messaged me and said, we're gonna be about 5 minutes late. So it's like 6:28 and I'm calling Krista. Do you have any ideas of where we could be because she's not here? And I had texted Kimberly and she didn't reply. And I'd called her and she didn't answer. And I'm like, okay, I need a plan B. So I called Godfather's because I know they have a party room and they said, oh no, we wouldn't do that here. We wouldn't let you do a facial here. It's against restaurant regulations, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, well, we do it in Omaha all the time. But I said, okay, whatever. So then I thought, all right, I called Krista and I said, what do you think about Hy-Vee? And she said, yeah, I think Hy-Vee would work.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so.
I said, don't ask him, just sit in the corner.
That's right. I mean, that's all we
Permission.
did was get into scooters and just.
Yeah.
So my guest got here and I'm like, okay, big mix up. I don't know what happened, but the person who has the key isn't here. So I said, what do you think about going over to Hy-Vee? And she goes, well, why don't we just go to my mom's? She lives a block over. I said, well, if your mom's home, she goes, well, let's call her. So we called her and her mom was home. And so we went over to her mom's, which is in the apartments down the street. And so we get there and her mom and her boyfriend were talking. And so the boyfriend scooted on out. And so then her mom, after she figured out what we were actually doing there, she hops on the phone and she invites 3 of her neighbors to come down.
Oh,
But none of them were available, which was kind of okay because I only had 4 trays with me for some reason.
I didn't know that part of the story.
Oh, I'd figured out. So then we were getting all started. I had it all set out, and one of the neighbors pops in, and she just wanted a book because she used to use Mary Kay, but doesn't use Mary Kay anymore because it's so inconvenient to get Mary Kay, and it's so hard to find somebody. I'm like, inconvenient? I said, I drive by here on my way home. I would drop anything off any day of the week. So she took a book, and she was going to look on my website and everything, and then we did the facial, and I didn't bring a repair set with me because I knew that the guest that I had originally booked wasn't going to use the repair. She just wanted to figure out what moisturizer to switch to from the Time Wise. And so we did the whole thing, and then at the end we were looking at the books and I was sharing with her, and so then she started asking questions about the repair, and so I was telling her about it. She goes, okay, I think I'll get one of those, and I was like, okay. So she works 2 buildings over from me, so I said, well, I could drop it off over my lunch tomorrow. So I dropped it off, and I get there to drop it off today, and I'm explaining it all to her. I'd written all on it there for her and everything. And I said, do you have any coworkers? Because there was nobody around. And I said, she goes, did you bring some books? And I said, well, no, but I brought some samples and my business card. She goes, well, Megan's up in the office. Just go up there. I already told her you were coming. Like,
How old is this lady?
She's a grandma. She's like retired, but working anyway. So I go up there to the office, introduce myself to Megan, give her a card with some eye color samples on it. She's like, ooh, I love these colors. I'm like, well, great. There's my website and everything else. So then I get home from work and she calls me and she had questions. I'm like, all right. So I talked her through it, and then pretty soon, 15 minutes later, she calls again. Well, what about this and this? She's like, I'm trying it all. I'm like, okay, good. I said, I'm here to answer your questions.
So book her.
So I need to, I'm
She's
gonna wait a
not
day or two, ask her how it's feeling, and then get all her neighbor ladies together,
Yeah.
hopefully.
And then she could possibly be on your team. Or someone.
Well,
But
my original
like-
guest too, I need to ask her to
Yeah.
listen to, so.
to, for her to be on the phone, of course on a night that the weather's kind of iffy, when it's kind of sketchy like that. If you got someone like that holds,
Yeah.
there'll be customers for life or new team members, and the fact that she was calling other friends.
Yeah.
She wasn't,
And
she
even
wasn't
telling
even
me,
supposed to be
asking you
part
for
of
books
it,
to work.
and then her other neighbors saying, it's so hard to get, like, that, God wink.
Yeah.
So her being faithful to what
It all
it is.
worked out really well.
Yeah.
It just was a little stressful.
Yeah. I
You're willing to go
handled it
over,
great.
under, around, and through, and not be like, yeah, I mean, even if you were like that, like, I would have been like.
She's
"Shoot."
holding.
I was sweating like crazy.
Yeah.
I got home and I was like, ugh.
Yeah, so what's the
I need to get updated stuff in my starter kit, purchase more
Oh.
books because I ran out of books, so all I had was the old ones.
Well, that's okay.
And
You still sold a lot of product.
keep going.
Keep
That's
going.
the lesson. Just
Yeah.
keep going.
Keep on.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's what I would say is, it's okay if you don't have all the updated stuff, and it really doesn't even matter. You didn't even have the repair stuff with you, and you sold a repair set. Sometimes I think we let that kind of stuff hold us back, when you think, oh, I need all this stuff, or they have to demo all this stuff, or whatever. And it's simply not true. That is a lie that we're telling ourselves. People will buy from the book. Now, you'll sell more by getting product on them, but it doesn't have to be the right product. Did that make sense?
Yes.
Like, you followed me on that?
Yes,
Like,
yes.
put something on their bodies,
Yeah.
because that's what we have to, I think when we get it on their bodies, then they're like, oh, this stuff is amazing. Plus, they get to see you, like, they're falling in love with you. And the fact that you were okay, well, this is just happening, and this is totally out of my comfort zone, but, like, here we are at your house, and, you know,
Well, and it worked out too because she was like, can we be done in an hour? Because I promised we'd be done in an hour. And so had we come and had a whole meeting and everything, it would have been a lot longer.
might
So
not have been an hour,
it
but,
was still like an hour and 20 minutes, but
Yeah.
we sped through everything.
right. And don't you find that too? Sometimes I think that's a guard too. I mean, obviously you wanna be respectful of their time, but when they say, I only have an hour, you wanna try to do it, but sometimes that is their out.
Mhm.
Well, we were fighting a curfew for
Yeah.
one of the people.
She
One of the
granddaughter's
younger
friend.
ones. Yeah, the granddaughter's friend, so.
She's like,
And then I was like, ooh, I hope your parents are okay with the makeup we put all over your face. So I sent her home with a little cleanser, like, here, just in case. But she's like, Mom said to get a book, so.
Great. So
Nice.
you
So,
have
yeah.
a lot to follow up with on
Yeah.
that. That's
I
so
just think-
great.
I had this one party when you're standing on the stage speaking, which is her dream. To be like, oh, from that one party when the weather was crappy in Lincoln on February 11th.
And the director didn't show up.
So I decided I had to become one.
You don't have to say her name, but.
We'll all know. No, And I had a tax appointment. I had my hands in Rice Krispie treats, but I had a tax appointment, so I was like, otherwise I would have said, I will come. I'll just be there, you know.
Well, so when she told me, kind of told me a little bit of your story, I said, she should have called me. I could have like hopped in the
Well, I
car.
thought about it, but you
'Cause
have
that's
a long
what I
ways to go too, and so it's
I
fine.
thought, I
It
would have
worked.
gave her the key had I known.
I
We
know.
would have met up or
That's all
something,
right.
but, you know, it worked out
Nobody-
how it was
nobody
supposed
knew the
to.
weather was gonna be weird.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And
You're
I
all
think
worth
must
it,
have
you
been
know,
worse in
I'm,
different parts of town.
I think we're both
Yeah.
are totally willing to be inconvenienced if like you need something, you know.
Yeah.
And if I can't, then I'll say, let's figure out plan B, cause I
Mhm.
can't do it, but,
There just
Yeah.
needs to be some closer coffee shops to this particular building.
yeah.
There's a bagels in general on 40.
Yeah, but they close
They
early.
do
Yeah.
close
Oh,
early.
they do.
Like
They
it,
close
the
at
one
like
over by
5.
us closes like even winter hours, like 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I do think the Hy-Vee is a good option.
Yeah.
Cause that's kind of nice, secluded, like you can
Yeah.
kind of go back around, so people wouldn't necessarily see you
That's
sitting
what
back
I'm
there.
thinking.
I've been in there, I've eaten, cause a lot of times I like to do that for lunch. It's a great place if you wanna meet someone out for lunch. I think their salad bar is awesome. It's inexpensive. It's really
Oh,
healthy.
sure.
And then you can, I mean, they're usually got people. So a Hy-Vee would be a good option. I was thinking about,
And some of these convenient gas stations, some of them, they do have tables,
Yeah, this one does.
but,
I don't think about
just
that yet.
depending on how they are, and
Yeah.
you might get a good one that, where you can just slide in and buy a pop and,
Right.
you know, be out of the way.
the other thing that's right up here is Yogurtini. And it,
I thought of that too, and I didn't
but
know.
sometimes that might be really, at night it might have been, but you just never know if it's a, especially if it's a discount night, then it's crazy, but.
Never been in that one.
But that would be, you know, I mean, and the thing is, don't ask. Just, they're not gonna kick you out. Yeah, yeah, and then there's, you know, the new, I think the new Panera that's on
But
14th,
it's
yeah, that's on 14th.
Way down on
and Highway.
14th and,
Mhm.
so,
But I do think they're gonna have a meeting room.
yeah,
They do,
they have a little back room.
okay.
Was there still Panera at South Point?
No,
Oh, there isn't.
They moved down to 14th and Finance.
same thing at Gateway's gonna happen, they're closing.
opens
It'll-
tomorrow.
It'll be
The
on
new
O Street,
location.
No, it's been open.
on O Street. It's
On
O
O
Street.
Yeah.
Like,
See, I thought
Yeah.
they were supposed to open
It's
up
over
at
by
nine.
where like the Payless Shoes
Pine
kind
Lake?
of down
Right.
by,
O Street, I thought it was.
Yeah.
Across
supposed
from
to
Game
open
Mart,
at the
like the
nine.
other
Oh.
side.
Like the first 200 get picked twos
Yeah, I
for
have
a year.
I have an email from him, like first 200 in the door get,
Not gonna be me.
you pick twos for the year, free,
For the year?
for the year.
Wow.
Maybe that's the one.
I don't
Yeah, but
remember
there
if I
aren't really
deleted
any
all the
coffee
crap
shops
when
right
we were
here,
done.
are there?
No, there's not.
There's
Because I
not
was
a-
racking my brain.
Starbucks
trying
on
to do it.
40th and Pine Lake.
But that's in Target.
No, there's the one,
That's 33rd.
oh, 33rd.
And that one I would not recommend you go to. It's always full.
Yeah.
Like, and there's the
Oh,
seating,
true.
they changed the seating in that one over here on Pine Lake, and it's terrible.
Oh, that one.
Like, it's the worst one in town. Sorry.
Does Da Vinci's have a room? I can't know that I've ever been in that Da
But-
Vinci's, but.
It's all high seating, so like they got a row of high seating here, and then nothing here, like, and then you walk up, and then there's one big long table, like, that's like a handicap accessible table, and then there's a row of tables along the, like benches along the window, but so it's high seating there too, and then there's like 2 chairs.
Weird.
Yeah, when they remodeled there, I try not to book appointments there anymore, because the last few times I've had appointments, there's no place to sit, so.
Oh, Good to know.
Because they're usually full, too. I mean, it's a busy
Yeah.
place,
Yeah.
so,
Huh.
Well, it's
Yeah.
okay, because now there's a Studio 19 Facebook group
Right.
page, and it will say if things are canceled or
Right.
not canceled.
right.
Right.
It'll
Did
be all
it
good.
just get created?
Just last night after my whole,
I
My whole
texted her and I
adventure.
said, Kimberly, I just have to reach out to you and ask if you're okay, because Wanda was there and she's like, oh my heavens. And so then that was, she heard.
So we're
about
supposed
it.
to add everybody on that? 'Cause it's
I don't
over.
know how they're gonna do it.
she said she would work on it more today. She added me last night and said she'd work on it more today.
Okay, we'll
Yeah.
figure that out.
Yeah.
But really for, like us, like.
Yeah, because
Bart-
I had asked when we came back from leadership, I wanna know who's meeting here, what nights, what they're, because everybody has a little bit different format, so that you guys can plug into different nights and knowing that we wouldn't necessarily be here, but that you
She
could
invited you.
bring your guests.
Yeah, I'm on there, but I thought it was just gonna be for directors.
Oh,
So then when I saw other people, then I thought, well, I wonder if I'm supposed to, I didn't,
Must be like our units or whatever, I don't know,
if we're able to invite in, or
yeah.
what that is.
I think so,
You know.
because I have the ability to invite.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so we'll get that done. Yeah, so it's fine in the little places. The other, for those of you guys that are out here this way, that Rock and Joe's Coffee Place on 84th and Glen Oaks, they have a nice little conference room. They have nice little places where you could actually sit and do makeovers if you wanted. And I know, of course, the 84th and Van Dorn Scooters has a room. And they have little places where you can sneak kind of in and you could do things in there too. And I think there's
Have big
another
booths.
coffee shop that's coming out, on 84th and like Pioneers. We were just talking about it the other day.
There's a new scooters, Nora was telling us, on 70th and
Oh, yes,
Pioneers.
70th and Pioneers. There's a new big scooters
Over kind of by
in
Popeyes
front
and the
of,
Hy-Vee
it's in
kind
front of the Hy-Vee, so
Oh,
it's
yeah,
right
yeah,
on
of.
70th. It's,
yeah.
yeah, it's big. It's a drive-through and then it's,
I
I
haven't
thought it
been
was
in
just,
it
I
yet.
thought it was a drive-through. I haven't been in it yet. It was just to be a bank.
Yeah.
So, all kinds of little places, so just be on the lookout, and then think about that, like, where you can go, cause we could do things anywhere.
Yeah.
And you know, if you take someone into a risk, there would have been a time in my business where I thought, absolutely not, I'm not gonna ask someone to go in and take their makeup off. You know what, you can leave their eye makeup on, you don't even have to make it obvious, like if you're sitting at a little place, just have them do the skincare on their face, leave their eye makeup on, and give them some lip gloss and that, you know, and their foundation, so it's not like, doesn't have to be like a huge thing.
Well, and like Krista said, make sure their back is to the majority of the
Yeah.
restaurant. She said that to me last night.
Right.
And I face the restaurant people, so that people can't even really see what they're
you're
doing.
doing. But you might get some customers because of it, cause they might come over and say, hey, I need a Mary Kay consultant.
Right.
Seriously, that is the number one reason why people leave, stop using our product, is they lose their consultant, and then it's too challenging for them to find a new one.
Yep, that's what I heard last night.
Right. I think that there's a lot of dynamics into why they think it's challenging, but we'll go with that, right? I mean, there's,
Sure.
it's not hard. But you do have to, like, and I think sometimes they think, well, I'll just go to the store and get something, and they figure out that they don't really like it, cause we have the best stuff.
Right.
And the other thing to remember to tell everyone is, one of the things I was telling Vicki when I was talking to her tonight, then you got there, so I kinda like wrapped it up. Is that we produce 99% of our products. We don't use a third party. That's a big important thing to tell your customers, cause that is not the case for most other brands.
Yeah, I were impressed with that on Friday night when I said that at my party.
And what that enables us to keep control 100% over the ingredients that are going into our products. We have complete control over it. We're not using someone else. That's cool,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Anybody wanna stand up if you're registered for career conference?
Oh,
Yes.
Maybe I should.
Anybody wanna stand up that should be registered?
Yeah.
I was going, stand up, right?
Yeah, okay, so registration's open now. All recognition for career conference goes through the end of this month. So you wanna be at your benchmarks, Star Consultant, they'll recognize on your bling badge. There is like some bling for like the MK University and the legal ease, little things that you can go through.
And the update of the Color Confident.
Oh, okay, there's an update for that.
Mhm.
All right. Thank you for sharing, because I haven't, I know there's
There's
even
gonna
like a
be-
director's MK University now, so I was gonna.
There's two different Color Confident bling, so if you already had it,
Mhm.
you'll get that bling. If
Yeah.
you've done the update, you'll get the new update.
Okay, and then there's a skincare one too.
Right.
Are they together?
That
You get like
one-
one
that
that's like a,
one-
I don't know,
Well,
at one point they were
By doing,
together.
by doing both of them, you get the product,
You're
advanced
like-
product knowledge.
Okay, okay. Yeah, and that kind of stuff just is always helpful to know, just those little things you pick up in doing that you can share at your appointments. It's always a good refresher. So, you have something you want to share?
No, I just was looking at something
Okay.
else.
You all can take your little Rice Krispie.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. My little specialty.
So I have a question about this stuff.
Okay.
How does it feel on your lips after, like, do you find yourself, does it find your lips dry? Like, do you find yourself having to reapply it throughout the day, even though it doesn't come off? Like, I wanna know what, so I can tell my people.
Yeah,
Just like
I
it gets
have
more
found that my lips they don't feel like they're drying out, like it's causing them to be dry,
Yeah.
but there's no moisture to it at all. It is water-based, you put it on, once it's dry, I've put in lip gloss on top, and I love how that enhances it and how it wears, and how the line stays pretty precise.
Yeah, I can tell that by both your hands.
But I
That
have
looks so
had
precise.
Yeah, yeah.
but I have had to, like, after I've ate, I felt like I had to put a little more on, or you could kind of see, but typically what I do instead of putting that back on again, because I feel like, I don't know, I just put a little gloss on and it kind of moves around a little bit and you can, yeah, get a little bit more wear with it, but I did have it on at my party on Friday night and woke up and my lips still looked like, the pink one, Desert Flora, so I was like, wow, I still have pink lips, so, but I've been pleased with it, and a lot of people have been saying how they really are liking it.
I think-
Go ahead.
I think it's a great thing for a base to have on
Yes.
your lips, like, because it
Yeah.
does. I've had to reapply it after I eat, but I've just been playing with it. I think to have color on your lips, because I know a lot of our lipsticks are more moisturizing and they wear off. So then I always feel like I have something on, even if it's not quite as fresh. But when I wear it just by itself, I feel like it's dry, but I think that that's because my lips are naturally dry and I don't have any lip gloss or lipstick on it, which I wear all the time, or lip balm,
Yeah.
because I like that moisture, so I'm putting that on.
Yeah.
So I think it would just be like if you just had naked lips. That's how it
Yeah.
would, that's, you know, do you, when you think about your lips, do they feel dry after you go through the day? Then you're probably gonna feel like this feels dry. If you don't wear anything on your lips and you just, then you're probably gonna not even realize you even have anything on your lips.
Yeah.
Would be what I would say. So I do like it. Mine though, I don't think you were here when I said that I was able, like I've had it on for 45 minutes and I could still get it to come off on my fingers.
Oh,
That's not normal. Like,
Right.
Yeah, 'cause
nobody else is having that I've talked to.
I haven't, because even after I let it dry, and I'll put the white, the clear lip gloss that we have, because Erica called it the unicorn lip gloss, so I of course had to try it, because, you know, the little child in me, my inner child came out, and it did not, there was no color on my tip at all, once it's dry.
She took a picture.
But if you like, put it on and it's still wet, or when I've touched that and I've tried to tell a customer, look, it doesn't even come on, you have to wait till it's dry before you go like that, because otherwise it will smear. So I just let it dry, and I tell them, and then I say, see, and show them, and
Yeah.
go from there.
well, cause like the whole lip sense, I feel like since that's still popular,
Out there.
and so I just wanna make sure like how
Yeah.
this is different than lip sense.
It's different in that it's a water-based color.
Yeah.
It's a Korean,
Yes.
a K-beauty, so it's a Korean beauty thing. So, it launched in Korea first,
Mhm.
right?
Yes, very popular there.
Is that right? Is that true?
I'm pretty sure,
I hope that's true. I
I
know
do
Stacey
know that-
Maduro was, or Stacey Taylor
yeah,
was
she
telling
said,
us that it's part of that Korean beauty, that they, you know, they
Very-
come out with
yeah.
a lot of great things, and this, her daughter is really into all that stuff, so she was super excited about this. So it's a water-based formula, and it's just like a Sharpie.
you
Like,
can,
I
you
feel
can try
like-
it on your hand.
Yeah, I
Oh, you
did,
did, okay,
yeah.
I didn't
I
see
feel
you
like
did.
that, what I asked Krista is, I feel like I'll be putting it on, and then I gotta, you know how sometimes when you're writing with a
Yeah.
Sharpie, you gotta like, you know, I feel like that's how I have to do it with my lips to get it, cause it feels like the tip, like, cause you know, you're at a different angle, and not this way, if I was like,
Yeah, yeah,
Lady, I'm gonna put her on.
yeah, I do think.
that if I would have to, but I'm like, this, right?
You would have some, you could have some
Don't
pretty
do it when you're
crazy-
driving either,
eyeliner.
because if you're driving and you hit a bump or something, you'll have
That
it
is
where you
true.
don't want it, and
I
you won't
tried
be
to
able
put
to
it-
get it off. So, not a good plan.
I tried to fix mine last
Park
night
your
right
car.
before I was driving. I was riding, and I thought, surely, and I was like, oh, maybe, I don't remember, it was on our way to church or something, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
You gotta be so
you won't, I
careful.
mean, it's just like on your hand, it won't come
Right.
off, you'll have lipstick,
Yeah,
like,
you
you'll be
might wanna
like,
carry some concealer around.
and
If
then
you
a
don't.
draw heart there. It's my new tattoo.
That's funny. The other thing
Well,
is,
some people have them all words all over it, I don't even
I
watch the
know,
Grammy,
right?
the guy that had those things all over his.
Yeah.
I missed that one.
Post Malone.
Is that who it is? I didn't know who it was.
I thought it was a great show, though.
Anyway, not to get off track, but.
The really great thing, though, is important, is your satin lips. Man, I think you're gonna get the best wear if they do that regularly. I have done that a couple times now, and I wasn't a very avid scrub user because I put stuff on my lips all the time. I don't feel like I'm crusty or too dry, but it does keep your skin new and young, and they do say that helps with the bleeding and that, just with lipstick in general. You do that before you go to bed at night. Put your lip
And-
balm on. If you don't have lip balm on, you can't have anything on your lips when you apply it.
Is it Luis, the makeup artist?
Yeah, Luis
He
Castro?
was having, showing a video where he said, and he called it a lip stain. It wasn't with these colors, but if you wanted to do a lip stain,
Oh, I
he
think I
was
saw
doing
that
it with a
one.
balm, and then he took like the, I think it was hot pink,
Excuse me,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
and took a really stern applicator, and then you would put it on and feather it, starting with middle, and then just feathering it
Yeah,
back
and then
and
didn't he
forth.
blot it and do it several times?
But it had
I
the balm
didn't-
on first?
Yeah,
That surprises me about.
so
the
that's
balm
why it was
first.
kinda, I thought that was kinda strange that he was calling it a stain and
You
that.
know what, I heard her, when you said that, I forgot that. with the semi-shine or the, I think the semi-shine, I think you can actually do it with
And
True
the gel
Dimensions too.
Oh.
Like, if you put it on and blot it, and put it on again and blot it, that will keep it on your lips. I haven't tried it. And then I've heard that if you blot it with, translucent powder,
Yeah.
then it'll be,
Yeah.
so then you're not,
Do
Then you
the,
can-
I was gonna say, do the, new, color makeup,
it's on there.
the Color Confident, they were talking about the different shades, or from your gels and stuff, when to blot, in order to keep them staying on longer.
Well, I'm gonna have to look at that. Yeah. So Abby, you wanna get those in and you should, they're limited edition too, so that's the other thing. So, you know, and I think now
I
they
think that's a lot.
start on, everybody can order them on the 15th. If you did preferred customer, you can order them now. I would encourage you that if you think it's gonna be a big thing for you, to get them ordered, to get, you know, get some, and, or even like take a book around, you know, in the next 2 days and just say, these are limited edition, there's a chance they'll sell out, are you gonna wanna be in on this? And then, get them ordered. You know, I'm really kind of always pretty cautious with limited edition, I don't think we need to go crazy on that. But I know this is something that everybody has been wanting, and with the way they're wearing, I think it's gonna be, the directors are gonna be like, you know, we've already been selling them. So you might want,
Yeah, once you read in your, that there can be a lip base as well as.
well, that's what started me using them, I wouldn't have
Yeah.
probably,
Even put them on.
so I have to get an order in tomorrow or Thursday. Before
Hopefully
everybody
they
order.
planned accordingly.
I'm sure they did, I mean, I'm sure that they did, but you know how we all are, like,
Yeah.
it doesn't even matter. So not to scare people, but that would be a great thing right now, a reason why to say, hey, to go to some of your people that you think would probably love this and say, you know what, this is launching on Friday, it is limited edition, do you wanna get in on it? I'll order them, like, you know, pay me now, however you wanna do that, but not to, like I said, I hate that whole fear thing, I don't think we have to be fearful. And we've got great things, and really, if they're a huge success, they'll bring them out, I mean, we'll have them, they know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They all know that we want long wearing, like, people are asking for that, they know one of the things we're competing with is like Lip Sense that has an all-day wear thing. So,
Yeah.
so that is not helpful, I know. Doesn't tell you what to do, but I do think if you like them and you like the colors, then you wanna get a few of them.
I think the coral, when we put it on our skin, doesn't look so exciting. People have a little bit of hard time with it because they think it's pretty orangey, but your lips are pink, not white. So the pictures of people that I've seen it on Facebook,
Just,
it looks beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
how's it look in the book? Did the Pause magazines get out so that people have these?
The
No.
Applause magazine won't be coming out until
the
later.
end of the month, they apologize for the delay, so then those that get theirs, they
And
won't
I
have
would
their
send-
book, because
and I
I
would
only
send-
send it to my tees, so that's a sad day.
I would've sent it to everyone if I'd known.
I know, right? So, if you did do preferred customer, you will be getting, they did say the books are going out, though. You'll get yours,
I
and in there,
ordered some books on
Yeah,
my
I
order
thought
last
it was
time.
on the order
see,
thing.
they just started to be on the order from yesterday.
Yeah, so
So,
last night I ordered some books.
Yeah, because when we ordered, we could start ordering the 26th, and books weren't available yet.
Show 'em around.
But I wanted to show you guys this, that the vitamin C square is in your lookbook this time.
Oh.
So it is a definite, it always is, but follow up on your lookbooks when they
What
start
page?
hitting
Yeah, page 11.
page 11.
That'd be a good one.
You want them to try it
Yeah.
with whatever serum they have. If they don't have one, tell them they should get together with you and bring it with them, and you can do it together.
So here's the thing to think about. Selling is doing something for someone, not doing something to someone. So selling is a good thing. We are doing something for someone.
Right.
And,
What is it Mary Kay said? Selling is honorable as buying.
yes. It's worth it to dig deep, make the calls, go meet people, linger longer. How many people are you willing to get in front of this month, this week, today, tomorrow? How many? Mary Kay, it's the answer. The success of your business is the answer and solution to everything you want in your life.
One more time.
The success in your business, the success of your business is the answer and solution to everything you want in your life. Everything that you want, you can get. The more money we make, the more options and choices we have. And the thing about this is what you're doing is you're showing and selling. You're building relationships and growing that over and over and over again. Inviting them in. Not many women have what we've got, you know, so we need to not be selfish. We gotta offer it.
Share your goodies.
Share your goodies, that's right. Okay, have a great, fabulous, fantastic, God-filled, glorious week. We'll see y'all back here next Tuesday night, and, yeah, happy
Have a great
Valentine's Day.
day.
Thank you.
Yes.
You too.
Thanks for training.